everyone, it's me Neha Dhupia, and look who I managed to corner for a coffee. This is Dhruv Sayani, the founder and the man behind KT Kids. Now, he on the other hand thinks he's going to have this wonderful morning and I'm going to let him go really easily, but not true. I'm this mum who has this barrage of questions that are going on about, my children's hair and skincare. And you're a man with a plan with all the answers, right?
Yes, I hope I have all the answers for you.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's all about like the mom struggles and it's like, but the truth is it's going to be an open interrogation. Answer all you know and much more. The truth is also that I know very little. But firstly and most importantly, is my hair and skin looking okay?
Perfectly fine.
You're not judging, right?
No.
Okay, good. All right, tell me, Dhruv, why KT Kids? What's KT?
Okay, very interesting. So KT stands for keratin therapy. Quick 3-second science. 95% of your hair, Neha, is made up of keratin protein when you're born.
Okay.
And as you start aging, the protein level in your hair starts depleting, and the only solution is a protein-powered product, and that's what KT stands for, keratin therapy, under which we've been doing shampoos, conditioners, oils, serums, and many other products for women for the last 5 years, and now we've launched KT Kids for the kids.
Wow, okay. So now, obviously we're on the subject of kids, and as a mom, my biggest worry is hair fall in kids. It's probably the most asked question to you. Are you seeing that more in children today as opposed to, a few years or, maybe a couple of decades ago?
So Neha, you're absolutely right, because the water and weather conditions are not the same that they used to be decades ago, right? Today the pollution levels, AQI, we can talk on AQI for all the time to see how poor it's becoming, hard water. So these are contributing factors to early damage on hair for kids, and hair fall is dramatically increased in kids these days because they're showering the same water and breathing the same air, and the pollution that goes into their hair is the same. So yes, hair fall is a real concern for parents today, and it begins as early as the age of 6 and 7.
But when you're talking about these kind of hair conditions coming into the kids much earlier as opposed to later, the other hair condition like frizziness or dryness, ये सब हम में होता था जब हम एक swim के लिए जाते थे जब हम बच्चे थे, और अब ऐसे लगता है कि हमेशा ही dry or frizzy है. Why does that happen?
So you know what, Neha, very interesting question. Global warming is a real problem, and it's something that both you and I are we're seeing it in front of our eyes, right? I mean, talk about this year, we've had monsoon till November and December of last year, right? Summer's already begun, and we know it's going to be a terrible summer with temperatures soaring to 40 and 50. So heat damage, sun damage, pollution is all alarming, which is causing a concern for kids at a very early age.
Now, I mean, all of that, of course, here I am sitting in front of you thinking this is skin and hair problems, and then my mind goes into so many different places. And as a mom, you're worried about your kids around, I mean, kids all over actually.
True.
I want to ask you, we're on the subject of dryness and frizziness. इसका ये मतलब तो नहीं है कि क्योंकि हम ड्राइनेस और फ्रिजीनेस को कंट्रोल कर रहे हैं तो कोई ऐसे प्रोडक्ट्स डालें एंड एक्स्ट्रा हेयर केयर मींस एक्स्ट्रा डैमेज तो है, ऐसे भी हो सकता है?
So you know what, Neha, very interestingly, today's parents and modern parents fail to understand that they cannot be using adult product on their kids. And that's when extra hair care is actually taking place, because you really don't know what to use. And when I see that while these concerns are coming up...
Sorry, you mean extra hair damage?
Yes, absolutely. An extra hair damage that's happening because you're using the wrong product. And that's the worst thing to do. And when that is happening, kids are seeing an alarming, issue. In fact, I've had concerns with people writing to me that their son has got the first grey hair at the age of 11. And now think of it, when you have your first grey hair at the age of 11, that can really derail a parent's mind process on what to do. And, the only way out is protein-based products. And, that's really what KT stands for, to give you protein to protect damage, to protect dryness, to protect frizziness, and we solve 15 hair concerns and skin concerns under KT Kids.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Wow, I want to talk about all that. Of course, I keep looking back and I keep getting distracted because the packaging is also so amazing. But we're going to come to that. Let's just find, solutions to the problems. But most importantly, let's address the concerns up top.
Right.
Now, another concern that for me, like the big one, because I have a son, I have a daughter, I see my son and it's just mental makeup, right? With our daughter, it's like like shampoo, condition, it's also hair length.
True.
With him, it's just like kash kash kash, ho gaya, you know, like pardon my better, because you know you have the wo jhaag ban gayi, baal dhul gaye. Now, what is the frequency that you should? Let's not make it a gender thing, but when someone has shorter hair and longer hair. So for my son and my daughter, what is the right kind of frequency to wash the hair at?
So first, let me break that myth, Neha, that everyone feels that one size fits all, but that's not the case. There has to be a special care when it comes to boys and girls. Hormonal changes are different. Hormonal changes happen at a very early age, both for boys and girls, and the body reacts very differently. So when you just spoke about, you said a very interesting word, jhaag, right? And I think that's something that we want to address as well. That jhaag largely comes from sulphate, an ingredient that is used in shampoos, which you feel is actually cleansing, but it's not really cleansing, it's damaging.
Oh my God,
yes,
really?
Yes, absolutely. So, there's...
हम लोगों को, sorry to interrupt, but ऐसे हमेशा लगता है कि वो झाग में भी तो शैम्पू फिर अच्छा नहीं है, and then जितनी ज़्यादा झाग है उसके लगता है कि नहीं हो.
Yeah, no, you're right, and I hear this from many mothers, and that's really what we're very mindful of. At KT, it's about not what all we're using in the product, but also what we're excluding from the product that is important, which is harmful, which is sulfates, parabens and silicons. All of these contribute to damaging. And when you ask me about the, the number of times you need to wash the hair, so I think the correct answer is 3 to 4 times a week. And for shorter hair, of course, the regime is different. For longer hair, the regime is different. But you need to be very mindful of ensuring that the products that you use are gender specific. And that's what we do at KT Kids. We have a separate range for girls and we have a separate range for boys, for the age group of 3 to 7 and 8 to 12, both addressing different needs. And let me further address. Now, dandruff and lice starts at the age of 3 and 4. So if you're not very careful about the regime, then you're inviting trouble.
So do you have products for that as well?
Absolutely. We have products to address, early scalp dryness, because a child's scalp, Neha, is very, very sensitive and thin, unlike adults. So, catching early flakes, which is what dandruff is, happens at a very early age then, and if you miss that, then your child is probably dealing with that for the next 2 decades at least. So I feel that that's something that really needs to be spoken of. Second is, even when girls go to school, right, you make her tie the choti, which is typically tied tightly. So this is called early alopecia, where you have early loss of hair on the sides. So we are again very ignorant about these early signs, and this is where you get into the damage loop, and we as a brand are very mindful of communicating that through our product, and I'm happy that I'm able to tell all your viewers about the same today.
Everyone's talking about protein care. Is it essential to actually focus on protein care and hair care at such a young age for children? Like my kids are 4 and 7. Do I need to start worrying about, because somewhere you also feel कि बच्चे हैं तो बाल तो अच्छे होंगे ही, या skin तो अच्छा होगा ही. What are we doing wrong here?
So 2 things. One is that you just mentioned slightly earlier that your daughter does snoop into the bathroom to check your products, right?
Yeah.
Now let me address that. You have colored hair, right? And you're shooting, so you definitely have a lot of styling going on. So the kind of care your hair needs is not exactly what her hair deserves. 2 things further is that your hair also lacks protein because of the water weather pollution, and so does hers, but yours probably would be a color protect shampoo. Yours would probably be talking of damage repair.
Yeah.
But if she is using that knowingly, unknowingly, we're actually treating her care incorrectly, right? So I feel that's really where parents need to be very, very mindful of, not to ensure kids don't use their products. And you're not to blame, and no mother is too, because they didn't know better, and there was no brand that was addressing this earlier. Very interestingly, there are brands that are meant for babies, and babies is typically the age group of 0 to 3.
Yeah.
But I've seen so many kids who are probably 9, 10 and 11 still using a baby shampoo and a baby, body oil or body lotion. Now at 9 and 10, you're not baby, right? So the way the human body develops, you also need to go on changing the product. And unfortunately, in India, we've not had a brand that has looked this deep and been backed by science and has been backed by pure formulations and clinical approvals, and that's really where KT kind of steps in to solve that through KT Kids.
I also want you to know that the mindset of a mom is also that, okay, if it's baby care and if it's good for like 0 to 3, so then wahi product 4 and 7 ke liye chalega, because it's gentle.
Correct.
So you feel like it's that, as opposed to getting a more gender and age specific product, which you guys are actually doing. So, you know, that switch is important, and more than the switch, I think the conversation around the switch is important, and I'm so happy that we're having it right now. Now, you know, summers are brutal. What really happens to skin and the hair with all this heat? Because, you know, I always think that we're talking about heat and damage when it comes to people like me who are in front of the camera, who are shooting, but there's also heat and damage to children's skin and hair, just like you said, water, weather, pollution. How do you work around that?
So yes, summers are brutal, and your body goes through excessive sweating, so does your hair. It leads to dehydration, and you know which is the most exposed part of your body, Neha? It's your hair, it's your scalp.
Yeah.
So you know when your kids probably go out and play and they come home, and if you ever touch their head, you'll feel their head is hot or warm, right? Because that's really what the temperature does. No one's talking of scalp protection. You know, I'm sure you use an SPF for your children for the skin, right? When they go out on the beach to protect their skin. Why aren't we talking of SPF for the hair? Why is no one realizing that even the sun protection damages your hair quality?
Are you making SPF for the hair?
Absolutely, we are. So
Oh, wow.
we have a sun protection.
Guys, I mean, seriously, SPF for the hair, it's unheard of, and now it is totally heard of, and I'm switching to it immediately.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's in fact one of our best sellers. The Katie Kids Sun Protection Hairspray really does the job. It's a very light protection hairspray that ensures that your children's hair don't get damaged by the sun. And I feel that's changing the way people are thinking now, and I do hope a lot of people understand this through our conversation. You asked me something slightly earlier, Neha, that I want to touch upon as well.
Yeah.
You spoke of kids aging and baby to kid transition. So I'm sure that a child's diet at the age of 0 to 3, the food intake is very different. As they grow, don't we start feeding them more? Aren't their meals more frequent? Aren't their meals more wholesome? Aren't you introducing newer protein-based diets as they grow?
I must interrupt, but we're also losing control of what they eat. So, you know, that's another problem, because sometimes you feel like, okay, you have this plate full of nutrition waiting for them, and then they'll be like, hey, but I was with my friend, and then, you know, Mama, but she was having pizza. So I say, you know, that little skip of actual complete nutrition also happens because they have now started making choices.
Correct, but then at least as a parent, you're mindful of putting that onto the table,
100%.
and that's really where, as a parent, you also need to be mindful of giving that in their hair and skin routine.
Yeah.
So that's the point I'm trying to make, that that at least needs to be introduced in their hair and skin routine. I'm sure the kids won't ignore this one, because our packaging speaks for itself to ensure that they run to the bathroom and do their skin and hair routine with the lovely packaging we bring to the table.
You know, tell me something. Why are all parents switching to like protein-based shampoo, protein-based skincare? पहले तो हम बात नहीं करते थे ना इन सब चीज़ों की, हमें लगता था कि नहीं सब ठीक है, बच्चों के साथ तो सभी ठीक है. So tell me, like you said, it's water, weather, just the pollution. But apart from that, what is the reason?
So very interestingly, Neha, if we look at our father's generation or grandfather's generation, there's a paradigm shift in the way our nutrition, our lifestyle that has changed dramatically. पहले तो इतना सैलून भी नहीं जाते थे, right? पहले घर में शादी थी तो we would go to the salon. Right now we're going to the salon for every small occasion. Right? Also the food that we used to eat then, our nutrition was very different. Food intake was very different. Today we're not even sure what we're consuming, whether it's lab grown or organic. There's just no clarity. So I feel that all of that is leading to this being very relevant right now. And let me tell you one thing, that this relevance is only going to increase with every passing year, because water conditions aren't improving, right? Boring ka pani, tanker ka pani is literally entering every home of India. And I feel that is where parents are realizing the need for protein-based products. More interestingly, today men at the age of 30, 35 are balding out. I'm sure you're seeing a lot of men with early grey hair, early balding patterns, and I feel that that's where the concern has come in, that if today men are going through early balding and women are going through early hair stress at the age of 30 and 40, they don't want their children to see that when their children turn 30 and 40.
Well, I think it's if the kids are not protected and given the right products and the right nutrition and all of that, I feel it may just happen because the water, weather and the air that we were raised and brought up in was actually far more superior, I feel.
Exactly.
So, जो हमारे साथ 30s और 40s में हो रहा है, शायद हमारे बच्चों के साथ, if it's not protected, we even kick in earlier. So it's really alarming, and we need to protect ourselves. Now, I just feel now, speaking of protecting ourselves and using the right product, जब हम अपने बच्चों के लिए शॉप करते हैं, और हमेशा हम देखते हैं ना जब शायद अपने लिए नहीं, like for me sometimes I'm just looking at ये इतने का है, this is the price point, this is what I'm getting for this price point, and I'm like, okay fine, like between the two things, this is what I need to protect myself on. But when we talk about buying something for the kids, it's like we read the ingredients भी पढ़ेंगे, हमें चाहे समझ आए या ना आए, फिर हम उसको गूगल भी करेंगे, ये प्रोडक्ट क्या होता है. What are the right ingredients when it comes to skin and hair care for kids?
So I want to first tell you what is it that you should be avoiding in product.
Yes.
Kids care products should not have sulfates at all. If there's no clarity on the bottle, please don't buy the product.
Yeah.
Sulfates damage your hair, parabens and silicones damage your hair. So these are ingredients we do not use at KT Kids at all. Third is that our product, especially the shampoo range, is tear-free. So kids generally have an irritation sensation with shampoo. So that itself talks on product quality. So our products at KT Kids are tear-free. That makes it a very pleasant experience. Fourth is that our products are 100% vegan. Our products also not tested on animals. And as I said, we've been backed with our Ayurveda of India. Now, what is Ayurveda? Of course, it's our age-old science, which if used smartly can really create revolution in your hair and skin regime. So we use natural ingredients at KT Kids, which include sugarcane, pomegranate, bananas, shea butter, all of this that actually are meant for a particular reason. So when you see the label, you need to see what to avoid, which I mentioned, and second, you need to see that is it solving the concern for your child at that particular age. So our products are very clearly solving solutions for dandruff, hair fall, hair loss, dryness, sun damage, and so on and so forth. And I feel that that's really what parents need to be mindful of.
Yeah.
Gender specific and more importantly backed by pediatricians.
Yeah, I know, and I just feel that even if you want to be, gender specific, length specific, product specific, ingredient specific, the thing is, where is that one product? And I feel like it's right here, lying right here with us, which I love now, which is we're inching closer to actually understanding this product. But I still have a few more questions.
Sure.
Now that I have you here, I'm not going to let you go so easily. There's also my kids love playing outdoors. So each time they go and they come back, what is the right skin and hair care routine? Because skin, I still feel that, you wash your face, but what is the right product to wash your face with? Like my daughter keeps saying, I want face wash. I swear, मुझे समझ ही नहीं आ रहा है कि अब 7 years में मैं कौन सा दूँ. That 0 to 3 age, I used to understand better. The other thing is that if they come back and if the scalp is sweaty or they are sweaty, which is bound to happen because they're going running, they're playing football, they're getting dirty, should we wash their hair every day? What is the right skin and hair care?
So, their skin really doesn't require a 6-step routine like adults do, right? All they require is consistency, genuine cleansing, and a product that is soft on their scalp and mild for their age group. And I feel that little product can do wonders if the product is correct. That's really our philosophy and ethos at KT Kids.
There you go, guys. He's also said it himself that you need very little of these products, which means it will also last longer, which is a yay on the pocket.
Yes, yes, exactly. You're right. So, and I feel that that's really what our intent was, to keep it simple. And simplicity is the key. As long as it's been backed by science, you will see wonderful results. So we have a skin routine for the kids, which includes a body wash, a body lotion, which are good to go. We have a sun protection spray that we spoke of earlier, shampoos that do the cleansing job. And you need to understand exactly that there's a pH balance of the child's hair and your daughter and son's hair, or anyone with the age group of 3 and 12. The pH balance of their hair is different, and the scalp is extremely sensitive at that particular age. It doesn't produce as much as oil as our hair does produce.
So we don't need to wash it that often?
So you need to wash it if they're going out and playing in the dirt. You don't end up washing that often today, because you can see early hair breakage if the product is incorrect. But if you're using safe product meant for their hair, you only see better nourishment, and that's what our kids need, right? Good nourishment, good product that actually makes their hair soft, smooth, and of course brings in the right volume as they grow.
Yeah, that's just so essential, because you just always want the best for your kids. अपने लिए you always feel कि नहीं manage हो जाएगा, but बच्चों के लिए you want the best.
No compromise.
No compromise. So now when you build KT Kids, did you have parents dealing with this specific age group in mind कि ये parents आएंगे हमारे पास तो हमको ये age के लिए चाहिए, or was it just something that you felt that how old is the brand? Tell me that.
So, while Katie Kids is 5 months old now, Katie Professional has been around for 5 years. And because we've been dealing with a lot of women at Katie Professional through shampoos, conditioners, oils and serums that they've been buying over the years, either through salons or through D2C online, we had a lot of mothers, Neha, writing to us to say that, can I use your Katie shampoo on my son? Can I use your argan oil serum for my daughter? And that got us thinking that, why is it that parents are constantly writing to us through our Instagram handles or through our customer support? And then I probably, sat down with the team and said, look, are we really missing something here? That why are parents getting concerned about this age group? And that's when our study began 2 years ago. So while Katie Kids is on the shelf for the last 5 months, the work has been on for the last 24 months or 2 years, where we've been curating the line. We've been working tirelessly to, bring in the best to the table. And that's how the journey really began. And that's when we realized concerns on early puberty. Today, puberty is hitting at the age of 9 and 10. Girls are experiencing menstrual cycles at the age of 9. It's not happening at 13 anymore. So all of these concerns is where we started realizing that this needs to be spoken of, and the right care, the right product needs to be made available for Indian parents so that they exactly know what to get for their children. And that's how really our journey kind of took shape. And I'm happy that in very little time, parents have given us, a sigh of relief to say, finally, that is something that, a brand that understands us and is probably listening to us more often. And, we do have an in-house series of questionnaires that we, send out to women on a monthly basis, mothers on a monthly basis. And when they reach out with their queries, that I'm still finding, a particular problem unanswered, we're constantly curating. We invest heavily on R&D, Neha.
That's so great, because you're saying you invest heavily on R&D, and also that you've done 2 years of research even before. Probably the right time to ask you that, give me 3 essentials when it comes to a child's hair care and skincare routine.
Okay, great. So then I'm going to jump straight at it. I think it's right here, and I'm going to reach out for the product to show them to you. So this is a very interesting moisturizing sunscreen spray, and I mentioned this to you, right? Do you mind if I'm just going to give you a little pump on your hand for you to see? So this particular spray is, now emulsify that, right? And smell that. So what you'll be smelling is pomegranate and carrot. So this is the moisturizing sunscreen for kids.
Don't trouble me. I'm a little hungry right now. I literally feel like eating it all.
So this is
so great.
It's one of our best sellers purely because this is the regime that you can just use on your kids.
And the thing is, sorry to interrupt, because I almost am having visions of my son and my daughter in their swimsuits, or even stepping out from home for whatever they're going, and then the only time they don't listen is wear sunscreen, and they're like, bye mama. So it's like I almost feel like I can get them with this spray, and it feels so good.
So it's pretty light, and you see a little bit of shine.
I must say, you and Katie Kids have done really well. I mean, I've just tried one product and I'm already
So I'm glad. So I'm going to stretch further and show you this one. This is what kids really don't have in India right now, which is a kids serum. Now you use a lot of hair serum, we all do for styling, but kids don't have anything except for a conventional hair oil. So now we have a serum which is lightweight, absolutely gentle on scalp, a little pump into the hair keeps them well styled. I'm sure there are days where your daughter's stepping out for a party with you or for a family event, but you don't want to use styling spray. What do, right? There's no alternative of what you can do, style her hair with to keep the frizz down or keep it, well groomed. So that's really our...
I also think that it's probably a myth breaker that, it's nice to have serum in the hair, and it's not important to style your hair after that.
Exactly.
You can just have that serum and still braid the hair.
True.
It just takes the frizz away.
Right.
So that you don't have to have another layer of protection for the frizz. So this is so great.
So that's a mother talking, and now you know what that brings to the table. So it's a very, very light and
it smells so good.
Yeah.
It's not like that, that heavy smell.
Yeah.
I love the fact that the bottle is all sealed, because when you have to carry it, then the pump is something that could be a bit troublesome. Now, looking at it.
And more important, let me complete with the last one, which is our body lotion. Excellent for body hydration, because that's what kids need at an early age, constant skin hydration. So that's what comes in with our body lotion, and this has the very famous aloe vera and an absolute best ingredient, which is green tea. So this chemical free body wash is probably flying off shelves right now as I speak with you on firstcry.com, because First Cry has been doing a lot of sales of our Katie Kids range, and parents love it because it keeps the skin moist, it keeps it hydrated. Also, treats early scars, while you use this because of the aloe vera aspects of it. So again, one of our bestsellers. So these are the three that I would definitely want every parent to try
So there,
for a win.
So there you go, guys. Katie Kids. I mean, we never recommend green tea to kids, but if you have to give them green tea, this is the only form you can give them in. And if your kids are going to take aloe vera, this is the best one. Can I use these products?
Yes, you can try them while your kids enjoy it for their hair.
Yeah, I feel like, because I'm just telling you, like, I've done one pump and I'm quite the skincare snob. I want to always use the right things, and it feels so great. Like, you know, I can feel like there's like life in the product, and it's giving life to me as well, like as I use it. Now the kids have, obviously every kid, like the minute I put this range up in the bathroom, or you know, if it has to come from one shelf to another shelf, they're instantly going to recognize Peppa. Now, what makes this range so special? Of course, having Peppa everywhere around is going to be like yay. Like usually bath time is a nay, but this is going to be a yay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think you've hit that, straight into where it needs to be, is that Peppa is the most loved cartoon character across the world and probably most watched in India as well. So bringing Peppa on board to make a bath time fun time, I think that's really the effort we wanted to put out there. And that's what really our TVC with Kareena also says, right? And Kareena says it very nicely, that, you know, bath time ko banao fun time, because, and this is what I told Kareena as well, and I'll say this to you as well. Why does a kids care product need to look boring, Neha? And you know, I'm a parent, I have 2 kids. So, you know, when I was looking at these products earlier and throughout 2 years of research, a typical kids care brand is a white bottle looking like a dawai, you know, and I think that's the last thing you want to do, right? To make their bathroom look like a medicine shop with boring looking products. And why this myth that a clinically safe product needs to look like a clinical bottle as well? And I think that's the myth we try to break with this range, where the products, while they're clinically safe, pediatrician recommended, and of course all the other benefits that it brings in, it also looks fun. So ensuring that your kids want to run into the bathroom, want to spend time with those bottles, and keeping you stress-free while you do your job of ensuring that they shower well. And of course, each of these lovely Peppa hampers has a surprise Peppa goodie inside, which is the real incentive.
Oh my, yeah. So the more you bathe, the more goodies you get. I've never heard of that, but I'm just glad that that's happening. And it's just so fun, you know, because my son's always like, when you tell him it's bath time, he's like, yeah, mama, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. But now if I feel like if I flash these bottles in front of him, he's just going to go straight for it. Tell me, how did the collaboration come about between Peppa and Katie Kids?
So the collaboration came across because, you know, while we've been in the market for the last 5 months, we've had a very interesting range with SpongeBob that already exists.
Yeah.
So SpongeBob, of course, is an iconic cartoon. It's been around for 21 years. So while that came in first and we saw a great round of product reception from there, we still wanted to hit on a product that kids would really fall in love with, and what better than Peppa, specifically for the age group of 2+, right?
Yeah.
So that's where Peppa came across. And, you know, interestingly, Neha, Peppa is the most watched cartoon in India as per YouTube. They have a 57 crore viewership, so which means every home is watching Peppa if your kids are in that age group. The 3rd highest YouTube channel in terms of subscriber base in India for Peppa English. So I feel that we realize that this is what kids love, and what better way to make a mother and a father's life easy by giving them a product that they really don't need to hard sell the kid to run into the bathroom for.
I also feel like, you know, when the kids start believing in Peppa or the existence of it, they also feel that, okay, if you're going to go in and shower with this little being that we believe in, like even that would be fun time. So it's just great. Now, is this range safe enough from like younger to slightly older kids, or is there like a specific range that you have, or it's for everyone?
So with Peppa, we've kept it easy. There are just 2 hampers. One is a hair care hamper that's right behind you, and then there is a body care hamper. So while these are doctor recommended, pediatrician backed, it makes it easy because our range is customized for the age group of 2+. So if your child is between the 2 and 10, this range would work for them for their skin routine and their hair routine. But if you want to break into more specific products, depending on your concern, right? Because it can be very, very different for every child. So our Katie Kids line that's been around for 5 months, of course, addresses that in greater depth. But this one works for 2+ because it's been designed that way.
That's just so great. And also, I also think that time or that age group has a void when it comes to, you know, chemical and paraben and sulphate-free products that are, you know, vegan, no animal testing. So it's also, I just feel like at this age, like at the age of 7, my daughter's also getting conscious. She asked the right questions because that's how she's taught. And I feel like, why not? Because you have to invest in the right things, and like you said, you don't even have to invest too much. So
Yes,
it's great.
true.
Now, what was the reaction of all the parents when they on launching this collection? Like, did you get a big yay, or were parents were like, Peppa क्यों डाला क्योंकि वो ज़्यादा time baths में रहते हैं? Like, what was the reaction?
So parents have fallen in love for the fact that there's finally a brand that's listening and respecting modern parents, and I feel that that's really what we believe in our company, to listen to what parents need, respect the Indian audience. And honestly, Neha, the Asli Bharat is not Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore in my eyes. The Asli Bharat is right down in tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 India, that is aware, listening, growing, and needs the right product at the right price point. And I emphasize on that because, you know, there can be brands, but probably not affordable for everyone. And that's what we're very
And
mindful
share the
of.
price points, like how much is something like this for?
So that would be 499. So
Okay.
very, very reasonable. The entire hamper would be a little under 1,000.
Oh,
you
wow.
know, so you know that makes it very easy for parents to
And
try
the hamper
regime.
contains what all?
So the hair care hamper has a shampoo, has a conditioner, and has a hair serum. So that's the hair care hamper right in your hand. And the body care hamper has a body wash, has a body lotion, and has that fantastic sun protection moisturizing spray.
That's so great. But
it's
Dhruv,
just the
you forgot
essentials.
to mention that this hamper, apart from all the things that it also has, a promise that it keeps.
Yes.
That it's going to look after your kid's skin
Absolutely,
and hair.
absolutely.
So that is the most important thing. Now, you know, Dhruv, you keep saying pediatrician approved, pediatrician safe. You use these terms a lot. मैं काफ़ी हद तक ये बात समझती हूँ, but I really want you to underline as to what it means and why is it so important to you as a company and the products you're putting out in the market.
So in simple words, pediatrician, basically for all the people listening to us, pediatrician is a bachcho ka doctor, and our products have been used by them, tested by them over the last 2 years, and that's when they now even prescribe them to the kids and the parents who visit their clinics. So that makes us very different from any other brand that you're just buying online or buying off the shelf. So, when we spoke to pediatricians, very interestingly, from the 15 problems we solved, 7 problems was something that pediatricians educated us on.
Wow.
That, I get a lot of this and we need a solution for this. There's nothing in India that we can safely recommend with, our eyes closed to say, okay, this will work. And I feel that has really helped us to strengthen our journey to be doctor recommended, safe for skin and safe for hair.
But that's so important. Now tell me, when you're looking after your child's skin and hair, what is more important? Is it routine or is it product?
It's consistency. And that consistency comes in when you believe in the brand that you're using, and more importantly, you've tried it yourself.
Now, you're a parent, and congratulations, your kids are 1 and 3. So
Yeah.
if I would say, in the parenting world, you're a new parent.
Right.
Now, what's that one simple rule that, moms should follow to also apply at home? कि okay, ये घर में apply कर लो इतना, तो शायद आपकी problems कम हो जाए, you'll need to worry less about skin and hair.
So I feel that that particular thing that I saw 3 years ago when this journey began for me as a parent, I realized that as you grow, and the kind of travel that we do as well, right? Even as parents, you really don't have a regime that you can very comfortably trust. When you go and stay in a hotel, I don't think they have the right kind of products for kids care. When you're traveling abroad, when you're going on a holiday, so I wanted to really create something that's A, travel friendly, B, usable around the year, because seasons do change rapidly, right? Right now we are entering summer. In few months we'll be going through torrential monsoons.
Yeah.
So how do you have a range that is actually season proof and ensuring that it works around the year?
Also, I feel like as parents, you also want to give them a range where they have to worry less about अब क्या लें, अब नया क्या try करें. At least yeah, this is where my faith is. This is what I believe in. This is what works best for kids, and I know that someone else is doing the job for me and making sure it's not, there's no cruelty involved as far as products or testing is concerned. So you feel like, okay, ye le liya, so one part, because you also want to compartmentalize the stuff that you actually fret about. And this is one thing that is important. And I feel when it comes to skincare and hair care, whether you're a child or you're an adult, damage is really bad news. And then damage control is very hard, because you don't want to be under medication, but at the same time you want to find the right products. But if you do, then you actually don't have to go through that horrible journey. So I just feel that, you know, there's such a huge click, connect, tick mark, thumbs up to you for doing what you do.
Thank
right
you.
Before we let you go now, as you know, kids are getting older, parents are getting conscious, you and I have children, where and how do you see skincare and hair care evolving in India?
So the evolution now is that parents are now finally aware. They're becoming aware on ingredients. They're becoming aware on science. Parents require transparency. They want a science-backed product, and that's the real evolution which we see, and that's what KT Kids stands for as well.
Dhruv, it's been absolutely wonderful talking to you, to all you mamas and papas out there. I hope I've done some good deeds for all of you by, bringing forward this insightful conversation, and more importantly, introducing us to the world of KT Kids, which is so great. I can smell it, I can see it, and I'm dying to feel it and share it with my children, all my friends' children as well. So yeah, you know exactly what to do. I hope I've come up with a little bit of a resolve. You can thank me later, but right now I'm going to thank you, Dhruv.
Thank you so much, Neha. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure, absolutely. There you go, guys. KT Kids for you, right here. You know what to do.